Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, on Instagram, Threads, all the above. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Pat Gray. Subscribe, rate, leave a podcast review on iTunes, too. That helps us get out to more people. So, Pat Gray Unleashed on podcast, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can subscribe to blazetv.com. Go to blazetv.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat. I think there's a promo code that gets you 30% right now because we're going to be doing this debate thing on Wednesday. So, tomorrow night. There's going to be a lot of live tweeting done by each of the hosts on the Blaze.
Oh, wow.
So that should be a fun thing.
Any hosts that you are familiar with that might be tweeting during that?
Gosh, just right off the top of my head.
I would say it's like a morning host.
Somebody
that
named
comes on at
Matt or Pat.
7 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I'll be tweeting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so. It's an edict from on high, basically. We were asked to do it.
You heard it here first.
And so
Pat Gray going to be live tweeting tomorrow night. But that's the thing. Which are you going to be watching? I guess the debate or Donald Trump? I still haven't figured out how we're going to do this. There's only so many hours in a day, and I do need to sleep at some point. So who's watching Donald and who's watching the debate?
So one of the two we'll have to get highlights from, after the fact. I don't know which it's going to be. We'll see. We'll leave you in suspense. But fortunately, our beloved President of the United States, sharp as a tack, the communicator.
Why are we even having an election season to replace this guy?
Yeah,
he's so good.
We shouldn't. We should just make him permanent. Just make him the permanent leader. He's so good.
So good.
He went to comfort everybody in Hawaii, and I think he really fixed it yesterday. Don't you? I felt like he just fixed it. And so, wow.
That's the word.
Hawaiian residents had a little message to Joe Biden before the trip.
Okay.
Went a little something like this.
They got to Ukraine quicker than they got to their own state.
It's the first that any of you guys heard from President Biden was after the rest of the mainland knew that the fires were going on, that there was this chaos, this tumult, this tremendous loss of life. What do you say when the President of the United States says no comment and then goes bicycling?
What he's not doing, actually, for the citizens of this country, for the citizens of Maui and Lahaina, it's completely disrespectful. And now he's going to be coming here tomorrow, and all of a sudden it's going to clog up the roads. They're not going to let anybody through. It's going to slow everything down just so he can come in and take a look and do nothing yet again. So it's ridiculous. It's nonsense, and him.
Let me just say straight to you, President Biden, I pray for your soul. Just repent from your posturing and your lack of integrity and your lack of compassion.
When you're the president of the United States of America, you have to know what's going on. You got all these people that surround, supposed to be advising you what's going on. For you to say something like no comment, I don't know. I can't even respond to such comment.
We have the largest Marine base in the world, the largest Navy fleet right there. We can see the island. It could have been here in 12 hours.
You think that if he wanted to, the President of the United States or one of his chiefs of staff could have ordered military assistance from Pearl Harbor and the U.S. Pacific Fleet?
There's no question they could have done that. They did it for Ukraine.
Well, don't take
way
the mic.
quicker than the response here in Hawaii.
Wow. Yeah. Jeez. Some good points there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do have a Navy, and there is an area called Pearl Harbor.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, and it's in a state that some refer to as Hawaii. And, Maui is part of that state of Hawaii. So it's not that far, really. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not happy there. They're not happy.
And they shouldn't be.
And you're right. They should not be. And this is a state that voted by a margin of 2-1 in the last elections.
Yeah, it's very Democratic.
For Hillary and Biden. So they're not happy right now with Joe Biden. It's going to be interesting to see 2024, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then some Hawaiians greeted Biden when he got to Hawaii.
Before we play this, Pat, can I just say this is the video that we can air?
Yeah, because the other one is
There's
just
other
a
videos.
stream of FUs.
And they are flipping him off. I mean, everywhere he went.
And that's as the motorcade is passing by these bystanders. They're just yelling at him. They're flipping him off. They're not happy.
Yeah.
Again, they have good reason not to be, but... here's the one we can play.
Let's go, Brandon. That's what they're saying.
Oh, man.
That's what they're saying. Let's go, Brandon.
Okay, good.
I want to thank those yelling, let's go, Brandon, for being louder than those that were saying the other phrase. That way we could use it. Took 3 planes to Maui. I don't understand that either.
What?
3 planes. Do we love the environment or not, Joe? If we're in a climate emergency that you're, seconds from declaring, why are you taking 3 planes to Maui?
He didn't just take
Not just Air Force One. No, I saw it reported that 3 planes went with him. I don't know what for. Were they bringing supplies?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That's strange. Well, he got to a podium finally. And once he does, man, he's at home. Okay? Don't mess with him now because he's at home. He's on a roll. When this man can speak publicly, that's when he shines. And here he is introducing officials.
Okay.
Well, hello, people of Maui.
Hi.
You've shown such absolute incredible courage. That's not hyperbole.
No, not a joke.
I want you to know, on behalf of the United States of America, all the nation, the American people stand with you. Governor Josh Green, you've been incredible from the day we've spoken on this. You've been way ahead of the curve. Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke, Brian Shantz, our Senator Maisie. By the way, Maisie, I told my granddaughter, whose name is Maisie as well. She said, that's why I like her. Anyway.
Pause it.
But her name.
Riveting story, especially the way he tells it. That is it's so important that he stopped because he, couldn't pronounce her name anyway. Probably doesn't know it.
Maisie, by the way.
So it's just a tool to get him out of pronouncing her name.
That's a fact. That's a good point there.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
And as bad as that moment we just saw was, it was the best moment of what we're about to play from this moron in Maui.
Yeah. But what a riveting story.
Right.
By the way, my granddaughter's name Maisie. And she said that's why she likes you.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you.
Perfect time and perfect place for that too, Joe.
So weird. All right, more. There's more.
Oh yeah.
Maisie, I told my granddaughter, whose name is Maisie as well. She said that's why I like her.
That's not the illegitimate one, is it?
Powerful.
But her name is Maisie as well.
No.
Yeah, we know.
And Jill Takuda, Representative Ed Chase, and Mayor Rick Bassin. When we talked on the phone, you look like you played
Here it is
defensive tackle for I don't know who, but it was somebody good. But at any rate.
Oh no.
Why? He finds a man everywhere he goes and then talks about how hot he is, or muscular, or big, or whatever. He's got a weird obsession with that, too.
Let's be honest. He may be our first pansexual president.
He might. Yeah, he might be. He might be. Because he's got this weird homoerotic thing where he touches men's muscles and then has to talk about it. And he just can't not talk about a guy who's big.
You look like you're a linebacker. You're so strong. What a muscular frame you have. Rick Muckhamson legend.
He gropes men's biceps.
You're right.
He sniffs women's hair.
Yep.
He touches 13-year-old prepubescent girls' breasts. Right. He's constantly trying to get kids up. I mean, this
slid
guy
past what's-her-face's breasts, too.
Remember? Eva Longoria.
Yeah, Eva Longoria.
This guy just
is pathetic. He's hideous.
He's a predator.
Yeah.
What I want to know if he even got that name right, because I think when he saw Representative Ed Chase, ooh, there's one I can pronounce.
Yeah.
But I looked up the mayor of Maui County. Can you rewind it just a touch there, Joe? I want to see if you even got Richard Bisson correct. Let's see. Did he say that right?
And Mayor Rick Basson. Rick,
nope. He sure did.
We talked on the phone. I never had. You look like you played.
Wait a minute.
In defensive tackle.
Hold on. When we talked on the phone, were you on the phone, or was this it might have been a video call? But I don't feel like this guy's gonna say a video call. I don't think he's gonna. I don't. He's so bad.
And then he can't even finish the compliment.
It looks like you played defensive tackle for. I don't.
What, University of Hawaii?
Any football teams.
Throw that out there.
But somebody who's good and plays football, and that they have big muscular men on their team.
Oh.
That's who you belong with.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President.
Big muscular
this is awkward.
man team.
No, you're very kind, sir. Thank you. Okay.
And the guy, everybody is just so incredibly uncomfortable with this awkward, brain-dead douche. Tone deaf, too.
Yeah.
I mean, wait till you hear the tone deafness from his speech yesterday.
The president is the best communicator that we have in the White House.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, actually. That's one of the problems. Yeah. I can't even. So they've had this horrifically tragic fire. What does he do? He does what he always does, and that's make it about him.
It's about me. I've done all of this stuff. Anything you've done, I've done better.
Oh, my gosh.
Like my house burned down.
So we have to go through that story again. The freaking kitchen fire.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's see it.
Okay.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I.
Oh, no.
What it's like to lose a home.
Oh, no.
No.
Bro.
Years ago,
Don't do it. Don't
15
do it.
years ago, I was
My gosh.
in Washington doing
Here we
Meet the
go.
Press. It was a sunny Sunday. And lightning struck
Too many
at
details.
home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond. It hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct.
Oh, man.
Make a long story short,
Please do.
I almost lost my
too late.
wife,
No.
Almost
my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding
But he
aside,
didn't. By the way, he didn't lose any of
I
those
watched
things.
the firefighters.
He didn't lose the house.
The way
He didn't
they
lose the
responded.
kitchen.
Right, did you?
You know, there's an old expression. I grew up right across the street from a fire hall in Claymont, Delaware.
Okay, good. Tell us.
And the expression is, God made man, then he made a few firefighters.
That's an
You're all
expression.
crazy,
What?
thank God.
Oh, that's a powerful
The only
expression.
people who run into flames to help other people.
Gosh. So his kitchen fire
Kitchen fire.
is comparable.
I don't want to compare, but I'm going to anyway, because it's about me.
Okay.
And I need you to know that I've been through everything there is. And I've come out on top.
I'm surprised we
of it
didn't
all.
get a Bo story mixed in yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
But by the way,
I know.
that the Associated Press in 2004 reported, quote, it was a small fire contained to the kitchen under control in 20 minutes. And by the way, something else for you here, because I'm a glutton for punishment. I decided while we were sitting here, I would look up when he arrived there and landed on the ground in Maui, and he went up to that really strong, buff mayor guy.
Right.
Yeah, Rick Bungeon's.
Yeah, this is going to be very tough to see, I'm afraid. But if you watch, there's Biden. Okay, good job, Joe. Yeah, so you see, Biden is shaking. He's just reaching out to shake Bisson's hand, and watch his left arm over here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell through the screen here, but he grabs his bicep. Watch this. Watch this. Here he goes, right here. Watch. His left arm grabs. He looks down like, woo. And now,
yep.
And now he's like, yeah, you too, man. You're strong too.
Yes, sir.
What is it with the gropage,
Did
man?
it again. You
freak of nature. Keep your hands in your freaking pockets, you perv. Oh, I can't stand this guy.
It's just weird. It really is. Very, very strange. Wow.
And it never ends.
Nope.
There's not one human being this guy doesn't want to grope.
And it's astounding how many times he goes over the same stuff.
Yeah.
And they're not good stories. They're not good.
Nope.
They're not interesting. They're not funny. They're not relatable. They're just, it just is a vehicle to make everything about him. And he thinks he's so charming, he can make anything interesting, funny, and powerful. And it never is. Nobody laughs when he says, "That's not a joke. You think I'm joking?" No, nobody thinks you're joking. It wasn't anywhere near being funny. Why would I think that was a joke? Why? Wow. All right, there's lots more. We'll get to it. And speaking of this, CNN actually fact-checked a speech he did and pointed out at least 4 lies. I mean, virtually everything he said during the speech was a lie. And CNN pointed it out.
Yeah, CNN in conjunction
it's a really good fact check.
with Reuters.
Yeah, incredible.
Stunning. I saw that.
It's incredible. All right. Let me tell you about Miracle Made sheets. You know, traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. Ugh, that's just icky. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, comforters, and they prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundry. Really great. They're self-cleaning. They're infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, and it leaves them cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Plus, they're really luxurious. They're really, really comfortable, and they feel like, the sheets that you get in some 5-star hotels. Try it. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. They are fantastic. I love these sheets. And if you order today, you can save over 40%. If you use the promo code PAT at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels, too, and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Doesn't get any better than that. So there's really no risk. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Pat and treat yourself.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
There's just no end to how inappropriate this guy is, how awkward he is, how terrible he is with people, and especially people in tragic circumstances. He's joking about how hot people's boots are or the ground is.
What is that? Something with a dog?
I don't know. It's so weird. Watch this.
What's the boss's name? How you doing, pal? You guys catch the boots out here?
I don't know, man.
That's hot ground,
It's not
hot ground, man.
This is not a time to try to be funny. Oh, man.
He was very cautious approaching that dog, I like to point out, because I think his own experience with animals, since he's a crappy owner, they're constantly,
biting him,
tripping him when he's getting out of the shower or whatever the line was.
Mm-hmm.
But he was very nervous. That was the friendliest dog, and he's just like, do I touch this dog? Anyway, it's just a little aside there.
Also, he told the car wreck story. This is about his family,
really?
right? Yeah, the car wreck story, because he knows tragedy. This guy, it's all about me. Yep.
It's going to be hard. America's deadliest wildfire in over a century. And Jill and I have what's left, walked Front Street, what's left of it. We've surveyed the damage from the air as well. The devastation is overwhelming. To date, 114 dead, hundreds of people unaccounted for. I remember when I got the call, my first wife and daughter.
Here we go.
I was a young senator, and I got a call in Washington. I hadn't been sworn in yet. I wasn't old enough. And I was hiring staff in the Capitol at Teddy Kennedy's office. And I got a phone call saying from my fire department, and a young first responder kind of panicking.
This is what he does every time.
There's been an accident. I said, what happened? He said, your wife, she's dead. Come home.
Jeez, my
Come home.
gosh.
The tractor trailer had
50 years
broadsided
ago.
her and killed her in a car accident along with my little daughter. And I remember.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, we're good.
I don't know the outcome of that story. What happened? Now you left me hanging.
Left you hanging.
You left me hanging in the middle of a riveting story from him.
Okay, as terrible as he is, he's making progress as a human there. He didn't lie about the trucker having a liquid lunch that day.
Oh, thank goodness. Right. Which he's done multiple times in a story that's been disproven. And he tried to blame the truck driver for having drunk his lunch. So he was drunk at the time.
I swear.
Not true.
No.
Not accurate. Wow.
Yeah.
So did he get, I'm surprised. Did he not get a mention of Bo and him dying in Iraq and coming back in a flag-draped coffin? Did that not occur? Because it must have, and we just missed it somehow. Because he's breaking them all out. He's repeating all the hits. Man. Also, he fell asleep.
Oh my gosh, this is something else.
So this is fun. This is how much he cares.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana.
He's out.
By blood or by friendship.
Oh boy, look at that.
This is a gathering of families of victims.
Look at that.
And he is sawing logs, y'all.
He's just dead asleep.
He's gone.
Dead asleep.
Bro, by the way, when he first, can I just rewind his busy day yesterday?
Okay.
When he first got on the plane in Lake Tahoe, and we're sorry that you had to interrupt your vacation, sir.
Yeah.
Again. He was getting, you know how they continue to take him to the short stairs, so that maybe he doesn't trip and embarrass himself for the 4,000th time. But they're also, I think, pulling it up because he has stopped saluting our service members. And so they're pulling the car right up, not just to limit the view of the stairs, I contend, but to limit the view of, like in this case, the airmen that were at the bottom of the stairs, because I found a still shot after the fact to confirm that there were two dudes in uniform standing there. But play this video. He doesn't stop to salute anybody. He's just right on up.
Yep.
Right on up. Whatever. You're not there. I don't care. I got to go to Maui for something now. Blah, blah, blah.
And it is interesting that they use this angle every time so that you don't see that those are the back stairs.
Yep.
Those are the stairs that are not normally taken
that's
by
for
people.
That's for the folks bringing the beverages into the vehicle, right? In the food service cart.
But the other one's too steep for him. He can't do it.
Yeah, so
it's too long and it's too steep.
And they think by pulling up that vehicle, they limit the amount of stairs you can see in case he wipes out, and to show that the man has stopped saluting our service members. He's a disgrace. In every sense of the word, he is a profound disgrace.
And an embarrassment to this country. You know, it's the greatest nation in the history of the world, and this is what we put up with in a leader? Wow. Plus, he's still running for president somehow.
I tell you what, man. Why?
One of his advisors, Jared Bernstein, doesn't like answering questions about the economy. It pisses him off, and here he is.
And yet the polling numbers, as we talked at the outset, are just 36%. It's a dramatic disconnect, obviously, but it also points to the fact that inflation is driving the train. And as long as inflation remains, even if it remains where it is, it's still sticky. And how do you compete? How do you compete against that narrative? Because otherwise, you could build a case and say, you know what, the economy's pretty good. But people don't care because they're tired of paying higher prices, and they think the president is at least in part to blame.
Look,
I hear where you're coming from, and I get this question all the time.
Yeah,
but I feel
there's
like
a reason. Pause it. There's a reason for that. It's because the economy sucks. That's why you're getting the question all the time. We're wondering what you're going to do about it. You got us into this mess. The economy was great when you took office. It isn't now.
So, hang on a second. You're telling me that prices being up 16.9% since Biden took office, that's not good for the economy? Prices are up 16.9%. Real wages are down by 3%. And here's another fun fact. The price of gas is up $1.50 a gallon since Biden took office. So you're saying those are bad?
I am saying that. Yeah, I'm going way out
indicators
on that limb, saying those are bad things.
Americans have paid $2,250 more in increased energy costs since Biden took office. Savings, real income, and economic confidence all down.
And yet, how dare you? How dare you ask me this question? People, I'm tired of people asking me. He had more.
Higher prices, and they think the president is at least in part to blame.
Look, I hear where you're coming from, and I get this question all the time, but I feel like that line of questioning is starting to get a little bit stale. And the reason I say that is, I'm going to explain. The reason I say that is you've got to get into some of the guts of what these polls are telling us.
Okay, we got to get
into the guts of the poll. Get into the guts of the poll. I can't take it.
I mean, how do these people... Congratulations that the paycheck's still clear for those that are mouthpieces for Biden.
Pretty amazing.
But I know it's a tough job, and what you're given to work with sucks. But you're going to have to do better than that.
Now, it's coming down around him. You know, the walls are closing in because I think even his propaganda machine in the mainstream media, they're getting tired of it. They're sick and tired of the continual lies. Everything this man says is a lie, everything. And so CNN actually fact-checked his big speech last week, and they talked about we went through this too, the Amtrak story, which he has told over and over and over and over again. So CNN writes, Biden has long been known as a devotee of Amtrak, the train service he used during his 36 years as a U.S. Senator to commute between Washington and Delaware. At least 9 times, and I think it's many more than that, as president, he has told a vivid personal story about a conversation he claims to have had during his vice presidency with an Amtrak conductor named Angelo Negri. Except, as CNN pointed out in 2021, and we've pointed out many times before and since, that conversation couldn't possibly have happened. Why? Negri was dead at the time. That's why. Okay, when he says this conversation took place, when the article came out about 1.2 million miles on Air Force Two, or whatever the stat was, that happened in 2015. Well, Angelo Negri, who is supposedly referencing that story, was dead in 2014, a year prior to this happening. So, plus, he'd been retired, I think, since 1993.
Yeah.
Biden had a retirement party for him in 1993. Okay. So now all of a sudden, Ange is showing up on the train tracks again? Waiting for Joe to catch the train?
Oh, God.
I don't think so. So, anyway, CNN goes through all of that. And at the end of the story, he says the CNN article goes, the crowd reacted with laughter and applause, and Biden said, true story, I swear to God. But it isn't a true story, writes CNN. I mean, that's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah.
That is
they
incredible.
go through his lie about...
we're going to get to this in a minute.
You can go through all these? Yeah.
I'm going to go through them all.
It's stunning that they did this.
I know. But I love it.
And it's to your point, the walls are closing in and they're tired. They're just like, you know what?
Sick.
We can't defend this guy. He sucks. Let's just let it... Yeah, let's go out.
Yes. We got to stop defending him.
Because we want Gavin Newsom. That's what the press is saying.
Well, sure. Sure. They're not going to get him, but that's what they want. 888-900-3393. We'll get to this, and we've got so much more coming up.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Happy Pappy 61 tweets, if the good people of Hawaii want Biden to start caring about them, they need to give the big guy his 10%.
Oh.
Right, I bet they haven't done that yet. You're right. Oh. You're right. ARHZ, the 4 planes are normal. It carries the bomb-proof cars and his security people and all the people to help. All right?
People to help? Like, to help what? To help him not drool on his
Well, yes.
lapel?
You know how that's an important gig. Yeah.
Okay.
The anti-drooling person is one of the most important people in the entourage. Anthony Osh tweets, Biden's kitchen fire almost cost him a Corvette. He failed to mention all those classified documents next to that Corvette. And by the way, since when does lightning occur on a sunny day? Right, because he said it was a sunny day. I think he said it was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday.
I was at Meet the Press.
Sunny day.
It was a Sunday. Meet the Press, and then lightning.
Maybe,
that doesn't add up, does it?
Was it sunny in Washington? I swear.
The worst.
And he mixes in all of these ancillary details.
Yep.
He did it with the other story. I was in Teddy Kennedy's office, and okay.
All right.
I was too young to be senator. I got elected, but I was too... Oh, my gosh, dude, stop talking.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so he's being fact-checked on a lot of these stories now. And people have mentioned many, many times, virtually none of them are true. He's made them up out of whole cloth, or he's embellished, or he's forgotten. Who knows what it is? He's just a flat-out liar. And he lies about all this stuff. The other thing he told the train story again last week. CNN called him on it again. They also called him on, during the same speech, he told the grandfather's, his birth and the grandfather's death hospital story. He repeated this anecdote where his grandfather, who had worked as an oil company executive, died just days before he was born in the same hospital. Just a few days before Joe Biden was born, his grandfather died in that hospital. He said,
and by the way, my grandpop Biden, who died very young, he died in the hospital I was born in 6 days before I was there. I mean, before I was born.
No. So, facts first, Biden's claim is false in 2 ways, as conservative media outlets pointed out back in April when Biden said his grandfather died in the same hospital I was born in 2 weeks before I was born. His paternal grandfather, who had worked in the oil industry, Joseph Harry Biden, died in a hospital in Baltimore, Maryland in September 1941. The president was born more than a year later in a different hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Okay, well, maybe he's talking about his maternal grandfather, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
No?
Biden's maternal grandfather, Ambrose Joseph Finnegan, did die at the Scranton Hospital where the president was born, but that happened in 1957 when the president was 14 years old.
Wow.
It's just not true. And there's no way you can make it true. And there's no way you could say, okay, well, this is what he meant. No, he's just a flat-out stinking liar. Also, the Pittsburgh bridge collapse story, which he keeps telling. It's very strange because it's so easy to check. Why are you saying you were there and saw it collapse? Why? Now, he was there later in the day, but he said,
a lot of you were with me when I was in Pittsburgh. And by the way, the Pittsburgh is the city of bridges.
Maybe it is. Isn't it?
More bridges in Pittsburgh than any other city in America. Wow. I watched that bridge collapse. I got there and saw it collapse. with over 200 feet off the ground going over a valley, and it collapsed.
And you saw it?
And I was there. I saw it.
No. He wasn't there at the time, and he didn't see it collapse. Now, he saw the aftermath later, after it had already happened. But why are you saying you were there and you saw it collapse? It's because he's a lying sack.
Cut to the chase, Pat.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it's not rocket science. That's why. He's a lying sack.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I can't believe it, though. It's amazing. And he tells this over and over and over and over. All these stories have been disproven, and the Washington Post has picked up on it. CNN has picked up on it. I mean, people are taking him to task, and he still does it. Then they tackled the national debt BS. He claimed again last week.
Unlike the last president, in my first 2 years in office, even with all we've done, I'm the first one to cut the federal debt by $1,700 billion.
No, you're not. As CNN says, facts first, this is false, as the White House implicitly acknowledged in the official transcript by striking through the word debt and replacing it with deficit. He has not reduced the deficit. In fact, he has greatly increased it. The national debt has increased from about $27.8 trillion on Biden's first day in office to $32.7 trillion today. Okay, that's $5 trillion it's increased in, 2 years? 2.5 years. That's important to note that debt increases are not solely the fault of any president. They do grant him that on the CNN fact check. But it's the federal deficit, the 1 year difference between spending and revenues, that did decline by roughly $1.7 trillion between fiscal 2020 and 2022. But as we've explained many times, and as CNN points out again, that's only because the emergency COVID relief stopped finally at that point, and we didn't need to spend $1.7 trillion more on it. And he takes credit for that over and over and over. But thank heaven, somebody looked into it, somebody fact-checked him on it, and it doesn't matter to him, though, or the administration. He'll just keep saying it. I mean, he doesn't care. They're just going to go forward with these lies, despite the fact that everybody has noticed, you know what? These are lies. Mm-hmm. And you continue to lie to us. Why doesn't that matter anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't that matter to somebody? I know it does to us. But shouldn't it matter even to Democrats that the guy lies about everything?
Boy.
It mattered to them when they thought Trump was doing it. Who was it that claimed Donald Trump had told 10,000 lies during his 4 years in office?
Wow.
That's what they claimed. They counted them. And to them, it was 10. I mean, that's so ridiculous. But it's got to be, if he told 10,000, it's got to be 100,000 for Biden, because everything he says is a lie. Everything.
This guy's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Jeffy just sent us another clip from Hawaii yesterday that shows Joe Biden. I haven't seen this, but it promises to be a winner. If you would like to see more brilliance from Joe Biden, just looking absolutely clueless.
Okay.
Close your mouth.
Ready? You want to grab that water, Tracy?
Trying to show him the way. What the hell?
Yeah, and the guy said, "You want a glass of water here?" Something like that.
Why are you standing there? In other words, why? Let's go. It's time to move.
Play it again, Joe.
Wow.
He won't close his mouth either.
He's lost. He's lost.
Listen.
Ready?
He's saying ready. He's pointing. Close your mouth. Close the...
I mean, I don't know what else you can say. I really don't. Wow.
81 million.
81 million votes, most in the history of the world.
So you can't argue with Americans.
Can't argue. Nope.
He's good.
Okay, so it was the Washington Post that said Trump lied 10,000 times.
Oh, okay.
The Washington Post.
Where democracy dies in darkness.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
He told 10,000 lies during his time in office. Okay. I mean, that's impressive, really, if you could do it. That's incredible.
How many a day would that be? I'm not doing the math.
I'm not doing the math, but a lot. It'd be several. All right, let me tell you about your liver. Fatty liver is a problem because when you have it, you're 3.5 times more likely to also get heart failure than those without it. The American Liver Foundation says that 100 million Americans have fatty liver, which means a lot of us are at risk. We throw everything at our livers: cholesterol and alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, statins, cigarettes. So you wind up with sluggish, fatty liver and makes you gain weight and lose energy. But there is something you can do. An all-natural supplement called Liver Health Formula helps you with over 500 key functions every day with your liver. It has 12 clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect your liver. And it's manufactured right here in the United States. It's approved by American doctors. You can try Liver Health Formula and get a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to help keep your heart healthy. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Pat. Getliverhelp.com/Pat. Claim your free bonus gift. Getliverhelp.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Boy. Have you seen the latest Fetterman ad? I don't know if you want to play that here because it's a chance to compare and contrast. You can actually show Biden is doing much better than some when you when you see John Fetterman.
When you compare and contrast to others in the U.S. Senate.
Yeah, so Bob Casey is running for re-election. And so I don't know, somebody in his staff, I don't know if it was Casey himself, thought, you know what? Let me do an ad with the other Pennsylvania senator, John Fetterman. This will be a good
brilliant
opportunity.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is rough, bro.
Let's see it.
Hey, Bob Casey.
John Fetterman.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, last year you all helped elect John Fetterman to the United States Senate. I need your help in 2024. Please chip in whatever you can.
I'm telling you how serious it is that we make sure we keep Bob Casey in the Senate right now. Can you help chipping in a couple bucks to make sure we keep Bob Casey right here in this Senate right now? Bob Casey.
Thanks, John Fetterman.
Wow, is that bizarre? What a terrible. Who thought that was a good idea? Hey, nice job, guys.
Oh
my gosh.
I have a theory in defense of Bob.
Uh-huh.
So there was a comedian I remember seeing when I was a kid, and one of his things was all of his friends were really weird and unattractive. And his theory was that whenever they would go out and like see girls at the mall or whatever, you know, he would look
He'd have a better chance.
Like the obvious choice.
It's a good theory. That's a good theory.
This is the most awkward thing I've seen in the last, 5-6 minutes here.
Hey, Bob Casey.
John Fetterman.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, last year you all helped elect John Fetterman to the United States Senate.
Yeah.
I need your help in 2024. Please chip in whatever you can.
Right. If you were dumb enough to vote for this guy,
make sure we keep Bob Casey in the Senate right now.
You're dumb enough to vote for me.
Can you help chipping in a couple bucks to make sure we keep Bob Casey right here in this Senate right now? Bob Casey.
Thanks, John Fetterman.
Wow.
The
oh
95,
my gosh.
95.
No.
I bet that was the 34th take of that attempt.
I'd love to know how long it took to get that bad. Just to get it to that level of terrible.
That was... Hey, Bob Casey, John Fetterman. Oh, Lord. This is idiocracy in full force. Help us.
So bad.
You got to see, though, I mean, you saw his look there, John Fetterman's look. You got to see what
he's changed his look.
So put the picture up of what he looks like right now, please, Joe. John Fetterman. No. Well, now, yeah, that's what he looks like now. Yeah, you're right. But he's a little different now. Can you
Look
see
at that? Yeah, that I wouldn't recognize.
Put up his old photo, though. His old photo. Yeah, see?
Okay.
I mean, there he goes. Now So he shot the commercial looking like that. Now he looks like, and he got the mustache.
This.
But there's been some comparisons online that he looks like, there we go, Bryan Cranston.
Yep, he does. Yeah, he does.
A little Breaking Bad action.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happening. We are in a bizarro world.
Sure are. We sure are.
This is it's a fun time, America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob Casey.
John Fetterman. Why are you guys yelling? Why are you screaming right now? What is the deal?
I think that's what you get from Fetterman, and Casey just had to match that intensity.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, all right, I'll go with it. Right?
Probably. Yeah, because it's, hey, Bob Casey! John? Yeah, you're not going to do that. Right.
It would make it even more awkward if that were possible. My word, what is happening? I almost feel like we need to set up like a news alert on Bob Casey stories just so that we can use that drop. Bob Casey!
Hey, Bob Casey!
John
Help us. It was a good run, America.
Yeah, it lasted, 246, 47 years, something like that. That's pretty good. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Wow. Did you see Jason Chaffetz's article about he seems skeptical that Biden is actually going to run for re-election?
Mm-hmm.
He said there's 5 indicators that Biden isn't actually running for re-election.
Okay.
And apparently he's only got 4 people on his campaign staff. He's got a skeleton crew, and they're working exclusively out of Delaware from the Democrat headquarters. He doesn't even have his own quarters. He's not, traveling strategically. He skipped the Iowa State Fair completely. And instead of going to a battleground state, he went to Utah, which he's got no chance of winning. But as Jason Chaffetz points out, would have made sense for him to be in Nevada, Colorado, or Montana. He did actually go to Arizona, where he claimed the Grand Canyon was one of the 9 wonders of the world. So that was good. Kamala's not out campaigning, really. She's been invisible, but I think that's probably by design.
Yeah.
Who wants Kamala out there representing him? Nobody.
Takes so much of the cackles.
He writes that Biden fiddled while Maui burned, which we all know is true. While Maui was burning, he was at the beach. And then the president has been talking about how he's hibernating. Last time he spent the campaign in his basement. This time he's just on beaches. He's spending it on the beach. Kind of weird. I hope it's right though. I'd love to see him drop out of this race. I don't think he will, but it would be great.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Let me just take a minute and tell you about something that I think is really important, and that's preparation. That's being prepared for any eventuality, like supply chain problems with our drugs, with the pharmaceuticals that we get, especially things like antibiotics. That supply could dry up very quickly, and in some cases is already drying up. So, what do you do about that? Well, you can be prepared with the Jace case. J-A-S-E case. Jace case from Jace Medical. It's a great way to keep yourself prepared for the worst. There's a little pack right here of 5 different antibiotics.
Very cool.
It's got 5 flights of antibiotics that you could use for just a whole range of bacterial illnesses, like sinus infections, for instance. This will come in handy if there's an interruption in the supply chain, or if you're on vacation and you don't have your doctor around and you can't, it's really difficult to get medication when you're out of state anyway. So give this a try. Go to jacemedical.com. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout. That's J-A-S-E, jacemedical.com, promo code PAT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
A couple of tweets here. Sharp Schultz tweets, when will people learn that if Joe feels the need to lie about the little things, then he'll certainly lie about the big things? For sure. Rigger Digger with Chiggers tweets, was the hospital in Scranton where little Joey was born in a mostly black or Puerto Rican neighborhood? Yeah, it must have been. Plus, I mean, it would also have to be Irish, Italian, and several other ethnicities along the way as well. From R Runner 92, 365 times 4 equals 1460. Somebody's doing the math for us here on the 10,000 lies. What you would have to do every day. So 6.8 lies every day. About 7 lies per day.
Is what the Washington Post accused Donald Trump of.
Yes. 1 lie every 3.5 hours for 365 days. Wow. Times 4 years straight. Yeah. WAPO has zero credibility.
Oh, that's a fact.
Brian Heitman, I keep waiting for Fetterman to bang his cane twice and sing Puttin' on the Ritz. Puttin' on the Ritz. Okay, yeah, well, keep waiting for
Casey!
John Fetterman! Play
Hey,
that.
Bob Casey!
John Fetterman.
Hey, everybody!
Hey, last year you all helped elect John Fetterman to the United States Senate. I need your help in
big
2024.
mistake there.
Please chip in whatever you can.
I'm telling you how serious it is that we make sure we keep Bob Casey in the Senate right now. Can you help chipping in a couple bucks to make sure we keep Bob Casey right here in this Senate right now? Bob Casey!
Thanks, John Fetterman.
It's like a sideshow. Like Bob Casey, it's like the ringmaster.
Wow.
Look at the freak I brought!
Hey, Bob Casey!
Got a tweet here from George Takei, too, Star Trek fame.
Oh, okay.
Guy who played Sulu. Whenever you see someone, this is a pro tip from him. Whenever you see someone saying, we could be spending that money on X instead of sending it to Ukraine, it probably originated from and was amplified by the Russians. Be smarter out there. I know for some of you, it's hard. Yeah, because he's a freaking genius. I think we all understand that, right? He's so brilliant that his intellect just towers above the rest of us. And there's no competing. There's no competing with it. It's amazing how these leftists, like him, are so pro-war now. They just want us deeply enmeshed in Ukraine. And they won't be happy until we send troops over there. Why? Where did this come from? Man, it's crazy.
They have flipped on
everything.
Every issue.
Everything.
They're pro-war.
They're pro-vaccine.
They're pro-big pharma.
From Trump, and the big pharma change as well that went along with that. Well, they have to be pro-big pharma now because they love the vaccine so much. And they can't let anything happen to Pfizer and Moderna. That's their gravy train.
What would be nice is if the left would suddenly flip on life. Be like, yeah, you know what? We actually like babies now. We like babies.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice.
That would be an odd day, and I would welcome it.
Me too. Me too.
That's like the one thing. Oh, we're not giving you. Babies are going to be ridiculous. We're never going to come to decide that babies should live.
No, that's silly. I mean, that's just silly. Now you're being ridiculous. What we have to do, though, is start preparing again for another pandemic. We keep hearing about the uptick. Oh, my gosh, the uptick in COVID cases.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Have you seen the graph? Have you seen the graph on the uptick?
It's something else, isn't it? I mean, this is dangerous.
Well, this shows you what it's been like since February 15th, 2020, clear on the left. Okay. It started out slow.
Yeah.
And then it started to grow. Mm-hmm. And you see that huge uptick in January of 2022.
Yeah.
And then it all calms down, goes up a little bit again, calms down, goes up a little bit. And then you see the uptick at the end there. What is that, Mount Everest?
It's a Mount Everest.
Look at that.
On the far right, everybody.
On the far right.
Mount Everest of COVID outbreaks is happening right now in America. Yeah. Look at that.
It's nothing.
It's like a
It's literally
burp.
Almost not even visible as far as an uptick is concerned.
And that's what has got so many people panicking out there
and bringing back masks.
So this is the latest. These are the official mask mandates now that we know about that are in the news. A couple of hospitals in upstate New York, a college in Atlanta has just reinstated them. Lionsgate Studios in Hollywood has reinstated them. Rutgers University has reinstated masks and, of course, the vaccines, if you want to be enrolled there. And then, of course, we had the individual who messaged us yesterday who said the Volvo plant in Charleston, South Carolina required them again as of yesterday. And someone else reached out to me saying that Kroger is asking their employees to bring back the masks because, as you said, the Mount Everest of outbreaks, if we can see the graph again.
Yeah, you can see why people are demanding mask wearing.
The panic is real.
There's like 3 extra people.
For good reason.
That have contracted COVID. That must be, look at that. I bet that's 3, maybe 4. Maybe 4 extra
Good 4 people. Good 4 people, yeah.
I represent science.
Yeah.
I think January 19th or January 2022. I think is that when I got it?
Yeah.
Was it 2021 or
yeah, put that back
I think
up
it was
there.
2022.
That's a fun graph to kind of absorb.
Yeah.
So I got it at the first little thing there in December of 2020, and then I got it again at the second one there in January 2022. And so obviously, when you compare those spikes with this one here, I'll probably have it tomorrow. Like the same, we're living the same
Well, the chances
ride.
of you running into one of the 4 people who have contracted it are pretty high.
I swear, if Americans are this stupid, and yes, collectively we are, this stupid to fall for it again.
Yeah. Yep.
I swear, people, don't you dare do it. And I know you will. Not this audience. Not this audience. But, and I made this point last night on Twitter. I'm like, stupid people, ignorant people are going to put the masks on thinking that now I'll be safe, But I swear, let those people go be stupid, okay? The people that really piss me off are the people who don't want to wear the mask, who understand that they're not effective, and yet they just don't want the tyrants around them getting in their face. They just want to go along to get along.
Yeah.
Whether it's a politician, a bureaucrat, or a store manager, I just don't want to have any pushback. We played the clip yesterday of the guy beating, faux beating the guy who wasn't wearing a mask, and everybody complied around him at the mall. Don't do it. Don't do it because you're just saying, look, I will change my behavior just so you'll leave me alone. And have you not lived in the last 3 years? They will ratchet up their requirements for what your behavior is acceptable. Don't do this again, y'all. Come on. Push back. Pisses me off, man. They're the people that know that it's wrong and are doing it anyway. They're the ones that are going to cost us future freedoms.
Yep.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I saw a lady yesterday at a facility I visited. I didn't even ask because she didn't say anything, but she was wearing it. She may have just been wearing it because
it's in style.
Yeah.
Because it's a really cool fashion statement.
But I didn't even want to ask, so the masks are back, huh? I just ignored her and kept walking.
Yeah. I have noticed an uptick in the mask wearing, even in Texas. People are starting to put them back on again. They're just starting to comply again.
Oh, okay. Well, he's
up. Boom. Bow.
Okay. It's fun.
Where's your mask?
I left it in the car because I'm not a. Okay, not a plebe. All these people putting masks on.
Nobody, I guess people are like nightstick averse. They don't want to be hit with the nightstick. That's weird. Isn't that weird? No, I don't. But I don't know that I'm immediately diving for my mask at that point. A, because I don't have one on me to begin with. So you're going to have to beat me with the nightstick.
Oh, I would love that, actually. Well, not you.
Okay.
I'm saying I would love if I was at a mall and I walked around a mall without a mask while everybody else did, and nobody gave me any trouble, okay? But I want somebody to come at me with a nightstick like that because I want to go to court. Let's go. Oh, you want to help me retire early? Okay. Beat me. I swear.
What a world. What a world. ABC News apparently wrote a really long article about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I guess he's, according to them, in early 2023, biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy summoned a small group of conservative operatives to discuss exciting plans he had for the coming months. I'm going to run for president, he said on the call. Multiple sources who were on the call told ABC News that they were baffled by the news. They had figured that maybe Ramaswamy, then a little-known biotech millionaire, had been working on a new business venture or was writing a book or was even contemplating a run for Senate in his home state of Ohio. But launching a long-shot bid for the White House was the last thing they expected. He pitched himself as a candidate who could make serious waves in the Republican primary at the meeting. Yeah, I think he's kind of done that.
Yeah.
When met with some skepticism, he argued that his candidacy could also dissuade Florida Governor Ron DeSantis from entering the race. That's a weird goal, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
Huh. That's at least according to a source who was on the call. In the lead up to his announcement, Ramaswamy would tell several other conservative activists that he believed that if he ran, it could stop DeSantis from running or impact his viability as a candidate if he entered the race.
But why?
I know why.
Why is that your goal?
Right.
You want to be president or you want to stop
Ron DeSantis?
That's weird.
I mean, what is that?
Okay.
Fast forward 6 months, and Ramaswamy, a relative unknown prior to his long-shot bid for the White House, has made serious waves in the GOP primary as he continues to grab headlines. Bottom line, conservative columnist Scott Moorfield wrote in a recent town hall column, whether Donald Trump wins the primary and manages to pull off a miracle win in the general or does as predicted and loses bigly, Vivek Ramaswamy wins with, at a minimum, a massive profile increase. In fact, ABC News has learned that Ramaswamy, 38, was pursuing another potentially high-profile venture before he launched his presidential bid. Heading into 2022, Ramaswamy had inked a deal and had been working with the popular right-wing media company The Daily Wire on a project that was ultimately scrapped. The project, which was scheduled to debut in 2022, would have seen Ramaswamy as the face of a new podcast focused on politics and the economy. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do that if this doesn't turn out, in either the presidency or vice presidency. I could see him starting up a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, anyway, the part of the whatever. The article goes on to talk about how it felt like it was too polished. It was just too political.
I hear that.
Yeah. Politician-y.
Others say his long-shot bid is simply an effort to elevate his profile by embracing Trump and his supporters. According to sources who used to work closely with Ramaswamy, growing his brand in conservative media has long been a goal for the biotech millionaire. It's clear that he's been wanting to be famous for a long time, said one person who previously advised Ramaswamy. Yeah, it's not exactly a flattering article.
Yeah. I just, man. Oof.
I don't know.
This is a weird political season, man.
It really is.
I mean, if you thought 2016 was weird, it's actually, no, 2024 is already off the charts weird, and it's not even 2024.
And we have the first debate tomorrow.
At the first debate tomorrow night, and by the way, I posted a poll for the audience to take a look at on Twitter last night. Hypothetically, if these are your two mainstream choices for president in November 2024, how are you voting? I put Ramaswamy for the Republicans and Robert Kennedy Jr. for the Democrats. And then third party. Ramaswamy got 56% of the vote. Robert Kennedy, 18% of the vote. Third party, 25%. So,
okay,
because part of me thinks that's what it's going to end up being. I don't know why. But it's just such a weird...
Ramaswamy and JFK Jr.?
Yeah.
Really? That'd be interesting.
It would be, because there's some weird connection there between Trump and Ramaswamy. I can't put my finger on it.
Okay.
But it's...
Interesting.
And if Trump's legal problems become as such, I know this sounds weird, but could you see a situation where Trump gives his blessing to Ramaswamy?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think there's some loyalty there. There are some connections there that I can't figure out.
By the way, the Republican Party has announced now who the 8 candidates are who will attend the debate, who qualified for it.
Okay.
That'll be Doug Burgum.
Yes, Burgum on the stage.
Thank goodness. You got to have him. You got to have him.
It's not a debate with, what's his first name?
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
Without Doug, you got nothing. Chris Christie made it. He sucks. Ron DeSantis made it. Which is great, of course. Nikki Haley, whatever. Asa Hutchinson is going to be in this debate? Come on, stop it. Former Vice President Mike Pence.
Not my concern.
Vivek Ramaswamy and Tim Scott. Those are the 8.
No, wait. I saw a thing last night.
Those are the 8.
I saw the thing last night where Larry Elder had qualified.
Not according to the Republican National Committee.
Whoa.
But I would love it if Elder was part of it.
I would
love it. He's really good.
Yeah, let's see. So this is Larry Elder has announced that his campaign officially qualified for the first Republican debate.
Wow.
So this was overnight here, so I don't know. All right, good.
I mean, if you've got Doug Burgum and Asa Hutchinson, you got to have Larry Elder, right?
Wait, you're telling me Miami Mayor Francis Suarez will not be on the stage?
He didn't make it. Nope.
I wonder if he's going to resend my $20 gift card that he owes me.
You still haven't received it,
I still have not gotten my $20.
Oh, that's wrong. That's just wrong.
He took my $1, and I never got my $20 in return.
That's despicable. All right, guys, are you ready to boost your testosterone? Get your old self back. Our sponsor, Nugenix Total T, is offering a complimentary bottle. All you have to do is text 231-231, enter the keyword unleashed. So if you're ready to get your energy back, your muscle mass, because as men age, we lose free testosterone, the man hormone. We lose that fire. It's harder to feel alive, it's energetic, be as active. It's harder to stay in shape. So now you can get all that back with Nugenix. If you want more energy, more power to fight the negative physical effects of aging, Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testofen will help you turn back the clock. It'll re-energize your life. It's the #1 doctor-recommended testosterone-boosting brand. And right now, you can get a complimentary bottle when you text 231-231 and enter the keyword unleashed. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. #1 doctor-recommended brand by primary care physicians based on an independent survey conducted by IQVIA 2022. So it's absolutely free. Text 231-231. Enter the keyword unleashed. 231-231. Keyword unleashed.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, okay. This is great. You'll be happy to know, and I'm sure relieved to know that Joe Biden getting back to his vacation now.
Oh,
okay. So yesterday he temporarily halted his vacation to go to Maui,
spend 6 hours in Maui,
and tell stories about himself to comfort everybody on the island.
Oh yeah,
to know that he's been through things. Okay, so stop your whining. But now he's back on vacation, so everything's good.
And by the way, the state of Nevada officials are actively investigating billionaire Tom Steyer for allegedly violating a local housing law after the White House claimed President Biden is paying for an 8-night stay at the environmentalists.
That's only an $18 million home. That's all. $18 million.
Apparently, he didn't register it, I guess, as a...
No. Really? As like what? A rental home or something?
Right. Let's see. Local government in Douglas County requires vacation homes to be permitted. Okay, first of all, take your stupid, heavy-handed laws.
I know. Yeah, that's dumb.
Anyway.
That's dumb.
But there you go. By the way, we have breaking news. We had talked about who qualified for the debate stage tomorrow night in Milwaukee for the Republicans. And I had said that Larry Elder pointed out that he had qualified. Well, Carrie Lake tweeted out that she just hung up with Larry Elder. This is about 7 hours ago. And that the RNC has told him they're not allowing him at the debate.
Why not? What? Because he's black? Is that why? It's because he's black.
That's probably,
isn't it?
It's probably
the
it.
RNC is keeping him out because they're racist douchebags.
I think.
Wow, that's not good.
We're on to something
That's
there.
not good.
So Larry,
because he mentioned that he qualified, right? Doesn't he give the parameters?
Yeah, he tweeted out that he has exceeded the 40,000 individual donors required.
Okay.
He has surpassed the requirement of 200 plus donors in 20 states, with over 200 donors in 37 states.
All right.
Polled at over 1% in national polls from Trafalgar, Rasmussen, and Insider Advantage, and in an Iowa poll from Trafalgar. So anyway.
Okay, so that's 4 polls.
Yeah,
it's 3 national and 1 state?
Yeah, he signed the Beat Biden pledge to support the eventual GOP nominee, whoever ends up being. And Carrie Lake says that they don't like one of the polls.
Which one?
I don't know.
Did they specify in the regulation that it must be a poll they like?
I don't know. It says he has 3 polls showing him over 1%. Well, Larry says it's 4. But he's been told that one of the polls was possibly affiliated with Trump, so they won't accept it. I don't understand. I don't know. They just.
That's weird.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
It's because he's black. They're just keeping him out.
There's just too much racism in the Republican Party.
That's not good. That is not good. You know, if you're going to allow Asa Hutchinson and Doug Burgum, you got to have Larry Elder in there. You have to.
And again, where is Francis Suarez? Because
is he?
During the break, I checked my credit card statement, and there it is, a $1 charge.
So they did deduct it from your account.
They sure did.
Wow.
From whatever WinRed for
you
Suarez.
still don't have your $20 gift card.
I don't have my $20 gift card, and I'm getting really angry because
highway
this
robbery.
is the only political donation in my life, financial donation, was to a guy I believe in, who speaks for all of us, the mayor of Miami.
Right.
Francis
Suarez.
Not gay Suarez.
Whatever.
And, where's my $20, bro?
I don't know, man.
I swear, if I donated a whole $1 and got nothing for it,
that's bad. You should be pissed. By the way, this just in from the RNC. Carrot Top has qualified for the debate.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I got some tweets here. Real EP tweets referencing the Chaffetz article. Those are indicators of the Dems knowing they have the election locked up already.
Yeah. No, that's
no need to campaign.
I believe I endorse that tweet.
Yeah. And they write, how is it locked up? You tell me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
81 million, baby.
Stephen D. Ayers tweets, I don't understand George Takei supporting the party that put him in internment camps as a child, all because of his heritage.
Wow.
Excellent point. Yep. That's excellent. Yep. Democrats that did that. It's Democrats. I mean, we just said last week or the week before, and I stand by it. Virtually every really shameful thing in this country's history has been done by Democrats.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. I mean, literally. That's not a stretch. And for some reason, they're the party that supposedly helps the little people, cares about minorities. Really? You're the one who put them, like this says, in internment camps. You're the one who kept them in slavery.
And they're constantly doing everything they accuse the other side of doing.
Exactly right. Pinky is the brain tweets, wife works in the hospital and recently had COVID outbreak. Jabbed, unjabbed, mask, no mask. They all got the sniffles and a mild fever, including my family. This time was the equivalent of a cold or mild flu. I will not comply.
Do not comply.
Peekapool, the snarky jackhole Pokemon. I don't need a mask. I have a lucky rabbit's foot on my keychain, which science-y evidence shows is just as effective at preventing the spread of the COVIDs.
I like it.
And that's really true because the masks don't work. They're especially the one everybody wears. You know, the dumb cloth thing, the surgical mask, those don't do anything. You need, I guess the N95 does provide some protection, but even that's not great. Micah 6'8" is enough. What they're saying about Vivek is reminiscent to 2016 claims that Trump wasn't seriously going to run the whole race. Stitch Jones, they'll push testing again to get the numbers up. They probably will.
Gosh.
Last time, didn't they send out free ones? They sent out free tests because they wanted everybody to test and make sure they had it, and so they could get those numbers sky high. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They'll be doing that again.
And I don't have a lot of regrets personally from the COVID era, but one I do have is agreeing to be tested. Yeah. And we needed that. If you wanted to be let back in the building, you had to have a negative test. I bet in hindsight, those that made those directives probably regret that as well, just because.
Yeah. And they were really good about it here. I mean, I think they were great. And they did the best they could, and better than most,
Mm-hmm.
I thought. Mm-hmm. Did you see the trans weightlifter?
No.
Broke the all-time record.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say broke his arm lifting.
No.
Shoot.
No, it broke the all-time record, but only by 400 pounds. So it's real close. I mean, because there's no difference between men and women, and that's why he barely was able to break that women's record.
Yet another issue the left has flipped on.
I mean,
used to love women.
Yes, right.
Women's rights,
right.
Women sports,
gone.
Whatever.
Completely gone.
Yep.
I mean, but it's not like he broke the women's record by a ton. He didn't outlift them by 2,000 pounds. It was just 400. That's all. So, yeah.
Got some sniffage.
So ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Anne Andres broke the Canadian Powerlifting Union's record in the Western Canadian Championship. She set a new national record with a final combined score of 597.5 kilograms, or just over 1,317 pounds for bench. That includes bench press, deadlift, and squat.
Basically what you do every day when you wrap up the show.
Yes, right. That's right.
Okay. What's the guy's name? I see. I found the story.
The guy's name is
Female
Anne Andres.
Yeah. Anne. A-N-N-E.
Yes.
Andres. Okay.
Yes. A-N-D-R-E-S is how you spell the last name. So that score was more than 400 pounds higher than her closest opponent. My gosh. Wow. And then she badmouthed women, telling them they're really bad, at this. And it's disgusting how bad they are. And it was really easy. And it's not because I used to be a man. It's because of my workout regimen. That's
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
There you go. So, unbelievable.
So I tell you, these dudes that are doing this,
it's despicable.
Enrage me.
Me too. And, the women competitors, it's been very disheartening, one of them said. For example, that woman's the women's nation record that broke, athletes have been chasing that for years. We're talking top athletes who have been training and training and training. Hutchinson also recorded statements in another video saying that those who support transgender athletes competing in women's sports should be ashamed.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Any woman, man, or federation that supports men lifting or competing with women is part of the problem, and they should be ashamed. And they're literally helping erase women's sports. Bodies play sports, not identities. That's a great line. That's really good. So, again, like you said, they've just completely turned their back on women. The Democrats don't care. The leftists don't care. The only feelings that matter are the feelings of the transgender person who, in this case, happens to be a man. It's hard to believe. It is really hard to believe.
Strange world.
Yeah, it is. It is, because, I mean, they got everybody, I think, to the point where I don't know anybody who doesn't think that if men and women are doing equal things, if they're doing the same stuff, they should get equal pay and representation and all of those things. I mean, that hasn't always been the case in our society. We haven't been there. We're there. And now they've switched on that.
Incredible.
It's unreal. It really is.
And that makes the point that video that we have of, like, we are counterculture now.
Yeah.
Our side is counterculture, where we used to be the establishment. And I thought this guy in this video really lays this out beautifully for
This
us.
is interesting because, to be a punk rocker, now you have to be conservative because that's the anti-establishment. Check this out.
I remember when I was growing up, I was like a mega punk rocker, and I was just super anti-establishment, super anti-system, oppression, stupid laws telling me how to think, how to live my life, people trying to dictate what I do, you know. I was like super punk rock when I was a kid. Like I had a whole mohawk, it was like a foot tall for like most of my teenage years. You know, I grew up in New York. And, you know, I realized it's kind of funny. You can't really be a punk rocker and be a liberal anymore.
Yeah.
Because that has become the establishment. So if you want to be a punk rocker, you by definition have to be a conservative. It's the weirdest thing. And, like, you know, I know you're probably going to get all mad and try to defend your point. Like, oh, well, they're Christians. Like, that just makes you the bigot, strangely enough.
Thank you.
So, good on all you Christians for being real punk rockers while the world has gone ultra establishment, ultra oppression, ultra government overreach. So, yeah, you can't be big government and be a punk rocker. That makes no sense at all. So, there's a shout out to all you globalists out there. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll see how long it lasts.
There you go.
Wow.
Nice tats, by the way.
Yeah, jeez.
Boy, that had to
hurt on the eye.
Hurt, cost a lot of money.
What was that on his eye there?
That was.
Do you know?
A Rorschach test, I believe.
Oh, it was?
No, I have no idea what that is.
No,
I don't know what it is. A web? I don't know.
I don't know what that is. And then he's got like a collar tattooed around his.
A lot going on there.
Throat, neck.
I'll say, but he's right. Counterculture now.
Yeah.
The founding fathers are the rebels now, right?
Yes.
Just like they were, just going back old. By the way, Larry Elder has just now tweeted out that he intends to sue the RNC to halt Wednesday's presidential debate.
Oh.
Here's what he wrote. I said from the beginning that it appeared the rules of the game were rigged. Little did we know just how rigged it is. For some reason, the establishment leaders of the RNC are afraid of having my voice on the debate stage, just as I had to fight to successfully be on the ballot in California recall election. I will fight to be on that debate stage because I fully met all of the requirements to do so, and they're racist. Oh, no, I added that part.
It's an important part, though, because obviously that's the real issue.
Something's up?
Yep, something's up.
So that will be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if that will stop it.
How does a
kind of doubt it?
I don't know how a judge delays.
Yeah, I don't either.
A private entity's debate.
But we're about to find out.
And actually, I just selfishly hope they do, so we could see the Trump interview with Tucker on Wednesday night, and then the Republican debate Thursday night, instead of having to keep one eyeball on each.
Right. All right. So we also have this guy who
this was sent to me. Yeah.
Who is trying to be like Jason Aldean?
Yeah, it's a funny thing. I mean, this is a few weeks old, but it still makes the point because, you know, he did the song "Try That in a Small Town," or you know,
yeah.
And so this is nice, nice parody of this.
Hey, everybody! Don't rob people. Stop shooting people, please. Stop stealing stuff. Hey, wait a second. Hey, we're getting tired of it, honestly. Please, stop it.
Hey, that is racist AF.
Wait, how is that racist?
Hey, man, you know what you mean by that.
No, I don't.
What do you mean by that? Hey, shut up.
Man, I'm not listening to this. You already know who it is. Quantavious Dingle Jr. the third. We reppin' the city. We don't do small towns over here. Yeah. I just robbed a lady at 7-Eleven. She tried to fight back. I sent her to heaven. I just like to steal. I'm a fox, like Megan. I also do drugs, and I steal some more, and I take lives because I'm a selfish individual, and I don't care about anybody else but myself. And if you got a problem with that, you're next. He don't miss. Oh my God, this is heat. Lord.
He don't miss. So that's fine.
That's funny.
But you dare say that in a country song.
Yeah.
And you're a white guy. Oh, now
you're a racist. Now you're a stick.
See how it works?
It's amazing how the left has gone crazy over that song from Jason Aldean and the one by the red-bearded guy.
Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony. Yeah. Jeez. They hate those songs. Hate
anything
them.
that makes
anything
a connection
that relates to the
exactly.
people.
Exactly. Which is why they hate Trump. Anybody that can make that connection and go around the machine and connect that way, you're a threat. You're a threat.
And they can't have it. They just cannot have it. All right. Next time you have to take a flight somewhere, you probably won't build your own airplane and then try to fly it there, will you? Because you leave that part to the experts. That's what you should do when it comes to real estate, too. When you're buying or selling a home, then you need a really great realtor, somebody who knows the business, somebody who's been really successful in the industry, and that's Real Estate Agents I Trust. This is a service that we provide to you for free. We help you find the best realtor in your market so that you can get the most home for your money if you're buying, or you can sell your home for the most money if you're selling. I mean, it's a huge investment, and you really want it to go well. No doubt, the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. And so you need somebody by your side who's going to see it through all the way and can advise you on what to do when you're trying to sell your home. Should you do a remodel of certain things? Do you, countertops, flooring, the bathroom? I mean, those are important things. And you need a good realtor to let you know if you're going to get your money's worth out of making renovations like that. It's Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I don't know if we specifically identified this as a Pat Gray jihad, but the squatters situation is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
So un-American. Where, there was a story just, I don't know, like a month or so ago. People built a new home. Some homeless people moved into it. Not the people who built the home, by the way. But they moved into it, and the people who had the home built and paid for it couldn't get them out. This keeps happening like this.
Not America, man.
I mean, laws must be changed because people are taking advantage of others, and they're getting away with it. So a homeowner stopped by to check on his suburban Atlanta property, only to be arrested for trespassing. Yeah. Days after the departure of a previous tenant, Tim Arco pulled into the driveway of his house in a desirable area, Decatur. Do you know that area? Being from Atlanta?
That's funny, though. You say there is a desirable area in Decatur?
That's what they said. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is Decatur not normally desirable?
I don't get back much.
Okay.
I don't recall it as being desirable anywhere around Decatur.
But he pulled into the driveway of his house where he suddenly encountered a stranger waving a gun in his face. I just jumped the fence and ran. I didn't know what else to do, he said. I didn't walk in on a family eating dinner. I walked in on weapons, a prostitute, a bunch of dogs in the back.
What?
My fence broken down.
Oh, no.
After dialing 911 to report the intrusion, Arco was astonished to find himself being arrested and taken into police custody. They told the police that I was a home invader and that it was their home, and so I ended up being arrested and detained. Now, since then, he's been fighting to evict the alleged squatters in court. My gosh. Okay, we're 6 months later now. They're still living there. These squatters are still there.
Hold on, here's the house, bro. Yeah, it looks like a desirable area of Decatur.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking spread you got there that we're squatting in.
Yeah, that's dang nice.
That's an all brick house.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's apparently located near the East Lake Golf Club in Decatur. So Decatur must have changed since you left.
I never got to that part of the metro, really.
2 people have died in the residence from overdoses.
Oh, my gosh.
During that time, during the last 6 months. Code enforcement has even cited Arco, the property owner, for not properly maintaining the house he legally can't access.
Hold on. Let me back up here.
My gosh.
Hang on, Pat. Let's just, we lead with our mistakes, right? So this article that I have in front of me is a whole bunch of squatters' stories, okay?
Yeah.
So that house that I just showed you, no, this is the...
Oh, okay. That's a little
This
different.
is the Decatur house.
Okay.
Sorry. So this is where the people died taking drugs at this guy's house.
Okay.
This is another individual down here that had, look at that, man.
Jeez.
I mean, she's a veteran and had her very nice home that she had renovated, squatters in it. I mean, this story goes on and on with examples.
Unbelievable.
It truly is.
That this can happen in America is unconscionable.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
Yeah, that probably happens every time. So Arco is still awaiting marshals to conduct the eviction. I guess he finally got an eviction notice 7 months later. He's been informed by marshals that they're hoping for a September eviction.
I mean,
wow.
There's so much to be angry about.
He said no one likes, being in the court system, but it becomes even worse when it seems broken down, right? I feel like it's very heavily weighted towards these trespassers and criminals, not the people that get duped.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be heavily weighted toward the homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the homeowners have virtually no rights in these matters.
I don't get it, man.
I don't either. How is this continuing to happen? Back in May, a similar incident happened in Atlanta when, as you mentioned, Army officer Dahlia Dower returned to her home to find a squatter living in her $500,000 residence. Wow, that's a nice house for $500,000. So,
where is this now? What part of Metro Atlanta is that?
Yeah, that's nice. While she was away on active duty, Dahlia Dower said she came home to find a man by the name of Vincent Simon living in her home. Simon, a man who has been convicted on gun, drug, and theft charges, refused to leave the house. You've got a lot of nerve. The unfortunate discovery was made as Dower's real estate agent began making preparations for the sale of her home. Golly. She said, I felt violated. Had I not been serving my country, I would have been in my home. The active duty officer was told by police they could not evict Simon and that the issue is considered a civil matter.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so angry for these homeowners.
Me too. I want to go shoot out the windows, turn off the water, cut wires.
Yes.
But I can't.
Wait, why not?
That's a crime.
Huh.
Law-abiding citizens can't do that.
So what if what if an old lady might need a house and then she could squat there? Then you could say,
really?
What could you say?
I don't know.
What could you say?
I don't know. Can my grandmother stay there? Is that what you could say?
Wait, what's another way to say that?
Are we going to be that obvious? Where your grandma stay?
Oh, wow. That's weird. What a weird line.
That is a weird line. That is a long way to the well.
Have you ever... You know what really hurts the market value for a home is if there's not a road that leads to it, too.
But the only one I know of is, from your house to mine.
You're saying there's no roads. There's no road there?
There's no roads from your house to mine.
Okay.
So.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, when are we going to do that Gone with the Wind night? By the way.
Oh, soon. Really super soon.
I'm being totally serious. Wait, you probably are too.
No, I am too.
Are you?
Yeah. We're going to do it really super soon.
I think we should. I think we should live stream it too.
This 4,300 square foot home that you showed, the all brick one,
the all brick
that
one,
looks really nice.
Only
4,300 square feet.
500,000.
That's not bad. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. For 500,000 in California, that'd be worth, I don't know, $2 million, probably $4 million.
Yeah, I'm just seeing where this is.
She spent $35,000 on renovations. She served her country, and she can't get into her home. My gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's got to stop.
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't understand.
I'm just Atlanta folks will understand this. That's outside the perimeter, so that's That's
Way out
not
there.
in the city.
Yeah.
So that probably is a good area. Man, that
bad.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how that is even a thing.
I don't either.
It's like, remember we used to talk about the identity theft where people could sign your name or sign their name to stuff.
Yeah.
And they were a sponsor of the show.
Right.
It's like, how? I just don't understand how a society can function for multiple reasons.
When you protect the criminal 10 times as much as you protect the innocent. How can that happen?
It makes no sense at all.
No, it does not.
Makes no sense.
It's just like all the homeless people that now have all the rights. They can put up tents anywhere they want, and if you have a business and you got 10 people in front of your business, you've got no rights either. You have no rights. The 10 people can stay. Sorry. Your customers, if you have any left, are going to have to go around it and just deal with it. And so are you.
And it's not only just weird stuff like that, but it's the selective enforcement of laws now.
Yeah,
it's our cities being ransacked, store after store, and no consequences whatsoever.
Yeah.
We are a nation on the brink of complete destruction.
You see people going in and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, and nothing happens to them.
No rule of law.
Incredible.
And then you watch the Bidens get away with what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll do the middle of the week together tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.